Marcus, he needs more microphones.
Apartments, I know, it's gonna be
He needs
interesting.
another one there at least. This one needs to be turned. Needs one at the desk over there. We should have one down in the middle of the room at least, and a stand. So when there's more people here, we can bring one out and hook it up. But, yeah, you can call the meeting to order, yeah.
We're going to call the meeting to order with the pledge of allegiance to the flag.
Slap your gavel. Where's your gavel?
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stanley, I just, we got.
No, Mr. Chairman, this evening, first order of business, because this is the first meeting of the year, is a reorganization meeting of the board. Two things to accomplish, one of which is the election of officers, okay, for this joint 2023. I would say secondly, an affirmation of the hearing dates, just to acknowledge that they're still good. And then third would be appointment of a solicitor position for the year, okay? So that being the regular meeting of the board, we can proceed with that. We'll conclude that and then move on to the docket itself.
Okay,
So there you go. So first order of business is elect your officers.
we need a election of officers or any nominations.
Board should elect a chairman, a vice chairman, and then a secretary. If you'd like to keep the entire slate the same as it was for this past year, you can also nominate it that way as well.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we keep, I'll make a motion. No, that's on that way, all right, excuse me. I'll make a motion that we keep the board as is for the year 2023.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Nays? Motion carries.
So Eric is your chairman once again. Paul, you're the
That's what he gets for not showing
vice
up.
chairman. I forget who our secretary
We just
was.
voted.
Well, he had me as secretary, but
You're secretary then, yeah. so,
I don't take notes.
I mean,
All right.
you can switch it if you want to, I don't care.
Yeah,
I have a
you're good.
question.
Yes.
We have a
Are
question.
y'all the only one voting on that, or do people,
No, it's only the board.
only the board votes on the board?
Oh,
This
yeah.
is a reorganizational meeting of the internal administrative structure of the board as to who will be the chairman for the forthcoming year in accordance with the requirements of the municipality's planning code.
Okay.
That's all.
I think we have 4 or 6-year terms.
Okay.
Yeah,
They don't pay
No.
anything.
Texas, I just moved here recently, and everything's a little different here.
It is certainly. Well, welcome to Pennsylvania. Okay, a little bit of country out here that you're quite different from Texas. No, the township supervisors, for your information, appoint the individual members on the board, and they do serve for specific years and terms, and they're usually staggered. Okay, that doesn't happen here. This is purely administrative. The board has to have someone who is elected to run their meetings from month to month. So for 2023, it's Eric, who isn't here, so by default, Paul is the vice chairman, and I guess Steve down on the end is the secretary for that, so, and that's how it works. Second order of business, Mr. Chairman, would be the appointment of solicitorship, and there's a letter in your packets tonight from that with my proposal and offer to continue as the solicitor for the zoning hearing board for 2023. There's a slight rate increase for that for the year. Costs have gone up for everybody, and they're continuing to go up. So I'm sorry about that, but it has to be the case. So it's up to the board at this point as to, for that appointment.
Do we have a motion to appoint Stanley, or attorney?
I'll make a motion to appoint Stanley as our attorney.
Second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nays? Motion carries.
Okay. Lastly, Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. I appreciate that and look forward to it once again. The last I would suggest for your consideration is, the meeting nights for the year have already been selected, but since we're in the new year, I'd recommend that you just do formally a motion to keep the fourth Monday of every month starting at 6 PM for 2023. That way, everybody's on the same page.
Do we have a motion for that?
I'll make a motion that we keep, yeah.
Brant made the motion. Second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Motion carries.
That would be it. So, Mr. Chairman, you can adjourn the reorganization meeting for the evening.
We have to make a motion for that, yes.
Nope.
Okay. Okay,
You
we're
can
going
just
to,
declare it adjourned.
Can I just make a statement for our,
Sure.
for the young lady from Texas? That this is a voluntary board. We submit our names and we volunteer our time for this, and then they appoint us according to that. So we don't get any money for sitting up here and doing this, so some people may think, though I keep increasing my rates, that it doesn't happen. But I just wanted to put that out there. And you can sign up for this at any time you want. You're more than welcome to volunteer.
okay,
Mr. Chairman, yeah, call the docket for this evening itself, and then we'll...
we're here to discuss docket number 23001, Travis and Gretchen Ness, 1785 Valley Green Road, Enters, PA. Applicant requesting a special exception to pursue to zoning section 308-16B, 6B, 5, and 380-55,
59.
-59, I'm sorry, 41, to allow non-commercial keeping of livestock in a residential holding zone on the property located at 1785 Valley Road, Edders. Tax parcel 3900 PH 006 BO 00000.
Mr. Chairman, we have an issue for this evening that I'd like to point out for the board, and that is we do not have a stenographer available or present tonight. And since the board is required to make a record of the proceedings that are here, and we do have other folks available from the public, it would be best that this evening's hearing on the matter be rescheduled to a date when we can assure that a stenographer will be present. The next hearing date is March 27th, which is the normal date for the board. That hearing date is outside of the MPC requirements that the first hearing must take place within 60 days. We have certainly attempted to do that this evening. I do understand that the applicants have already signed an acknowledgement and a consent to an extension of that time. The 60 days would be up approximately the 18th or 19th of March instead of the 27th. So they've graciously consented to do that. And we'll come back on March 27th. So all that would be needed from the board, if the board concurs, is a motion to reschedule tonight's hearing to March 27th at 6 p.m. And there'll be no additional advertising required at that point, no additional notice or such. I would suggest for that Marcus post an amended, perhaps, hearing notice, okay, on their rescheduled to, and just add it to the existing notice there, on the property, that is.
Do we have a motion to reschedule to March 27th?
I'll make a motion to reschedule this docket till March 27th.
Docket 23001. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Motion carries. This
All
meeting.
right.
Yeah.
Thank the applicants.
Yeah, thanks for
their
coming. Sorry about that.
cooperation
We
and
just didn't-
assistance with that. I apologize, but sometimes that happens, and it doesn't happen very often here, but it did this time around, so, but we have an obligation to do that. The hearing, there is some recordings being made, but that's out on the social media channels, so that's a little bit difficult to create a transcript from that under the circumstances. So there will be a stenographer here the next time. properly swear in all the witnesses and create a record, okay, going forward. So.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Guess that's it?
You can motion to adjourn for the evening.
Okay, well, anybody make a motion to adjourn?
I'd like to thank you for being so understanding. Thank you. I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second?
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Motion carries.